Welcome back to Beyond the Rabbit Hole. Tonight, we dig into a case of high strangeness. The story of the Varginha UFO Incident is one of the strangest, most unsettling cases in modern ufology. It happened in 1996 in Brazil, when three young women, Liliane, Valkyria, and Katia, encountered something not of this world in broad daylight. But this wasn't your typical flying saucer story. There were no sleek spacecraft, no little gray aliens with big eyes. Instead, what emerged from the shadows that day was something far more primal, something ancient. On January 20th, 1996, the three women were walking through an empty lot when they noticed a strange figure crouching near a wall. It wasn't human. It wasn't an animal. It was a grotesque, trembling thing with brown, oily skin, long, spindly limbs, and massive, glowing red eyes. Its head was large but misshapen, almost as if it had been deformed. And the smell, a thick, choking stench of sulfur, hung in the air around it. Panic set in. The women ran for their lives, convinced they had just seen the devil himself. Not a UFO, not an alien, but something much older, something that didn't belong in the realm of spaceships and technology. What happened next only deepened the mystery. According to multiple reports, the Brazilian military quickly moved into the area, cordoning off entire streets and allegedly recovering a creature matching the description. But here's where it gets even stranger. One of the officers involved in the operation, Marco Eli Cherez, died shortly afterward under highly suspicious circumstances. Doctors reported that his immune system collapsed, as if he had been exposed to something utterly toxic, something not of this earth. His symptoms weren't consistent with any known disease, and his medical records were quickly classified. Witnesses claimed the military transported at least one of these creatures to a hospital, where terrified doctors were forced to examine it before it was swiftly taken away. If this were simply a downed UFO recovery, why the secrecy, the rushed containment, and the unexplained deaths? The overpowering sulfur stench reported by the women and by others who were near the creature is a detail that sets this case apart from traditional UFO encounters. Sulfur isn't typically associated with extraterrestrial visitors. It's associated with demonic entities, with ancient beings that exist on the fringes of human experience. Throughout history, beings described as djinn, demons, or trickster entities have all been linked to sulfuric smells. In medieval texts, sulfur was considered the scent of hell, a sign that something from beyond had entered our world. Could the entity in Varginha have been something interdimensional, something not from the stars, but from the depths of human consciousness itself? The Varginha incident wasn't an isolated case. Other strange beings with the same sulfuric smell, reddish eyes, and strange physiological effects on humans have been reported throughout history. In some folklore, they were shadow people or djinn. In others, changelings that slipped in and out of reality. Perhaps what happened in Brazil in 1996 wasn't a crash landing of extraterrestrial life at all. Maybe this was a rupture, a tear in reality, where something old and long forgotten slipped through. And just as quickly as it appeared, the military swooped in, not to hide an alien, but to contain something far more disturbing. The Varginha UFO incident isn't just a case of extraterrestrial visitation. It may be a modern manifestation of something older than civilization itself, a brief moment when the hidden forces that have haunted humanity since ancient times briefly made themselves known again. And as always, those in power made sure that the truth disappeared into the shadows. So the question remains, was it ever about UFOs at all? Or have these entities been here the whole time, waiting for the right moment to be seen?